Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zmore, the dad in DPS, and today we are back with another episode of The Good, the Scrap, and the Scrip. Now, if you don't know how that series works, I basically get weapons throughout the course of my week, whether it be from the purveyor and my purveyor videos, or just from random means, and then I review them, see how well they do. Now, before we get into the video, let's thank our YouTube members, which are Twice Spuds, Golty, Wyatt Blackburn, Waller's Me, David Smith, Fane Gaming, Fat-Headed Druid, and Colin G. Thank you very much, guys. We can't do this without you. And if you do want to be a member, click the join link down below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more from me in the future. So, let's get on with it. Oh, what I could do if I had... Now, I don't know if I've ever told you guys, I love Tesla rifles. I definitely 100% love Tesla rifles. I'm very happy about this one. So it's quadruple ammo capacity, 25% faster fire rate, plus 50 damage resistance while aiming. This thing's gonna kick the utter crap out of things. I'm like legitimately certain of it. This thing is, in my opinion, one of the most overpowered and broken weapon in the game for leveling. It's just so good, and the fact that it's got quadruple ammo capacity on it with the faster fire rate makes it great. Tim would disagree. He doesn't like the faster fire rate, but I do. I definitely do. Yeah, let's see the carnage. Now, the most ideal setting to use this weapon is Radiation Rumble, or any kind of scene where you've got a lot of enemies to shoot at. This thing does the damage, and it does it quick. It also basically hits everything in the area. I mean, you can get so many enemies down with this in such quick succession. You don't need to aim because it will hit round corners if you're firing it at the right angle and there's enemies there to shoot. And if people are using legacies, like you can see, you don't need to worry about that for the most part because your weapon's still going to hit everything usually before theirs does. So yeah, fantastic weapon for Radiation Rumble. One thing I'd say though, is if you get the last hit here, you're going to potentially vaporize the targets, which is annoying to loot. But as you can see, I'm not struggling to deal damage, I'm just firing as much into them as I can, without taking all the health, because obviously I want people to get XP. But if I wanted to, I could just absolutely annihilate large groups of enemies with the minimum of effort. And as I said, I don't even need to aim. I mean, I'm hitting enemies round corners. It's just a very good weapon in general, especially for leveling up on lower level characters. So if I pop this onto like a, I don't know, a level, I think 40 is the lowest level you can get one of these. If I popped it on a level 40, this might be a level 50 variant, I'd need to look. But if I popped it on the lowest level I could, I'm just going to be able to rack up crazy amounts of XP really fast, minimum effort. And as I said, you don't even need to aim the gun. You can also use it in VATS. The biggest problem, what I'd say with the Tesla rifle is that this Tesla rifle in general, you're going to go through ammo like it's going out of fashion, so have in your head how you're going to get ammo. Daily Ops is a very good way of doing that, because obviously you more often than not will be getting more ammo than you're spending for definite. But yeah, that's really all we've got to say about that part, so let's move on to the build. So now we have the build. So starting off with strength, we have just our damage mitigation perks and weight related ones. On here we have ground pounder, which can also be taken out for something like grenadier. However, we are going to use ground pounder against the next lot of enemies. Grenadier does in fact affect the arc of Tesla rifles, so keep that in mind. And then we've got the usual kind of thing that buff damage, increase armor pen and stagger chance, all that kind of thing. We've got that for some extra strength. Tenderizer is in here, but usually I do also have inspirational potentially on. We've got gunsmith to just keep the gun alive as long as possible. Nerd rage, batteries included, all that. Adrenaline for extra damage. These kind of ones aren't as relevant, but if I need to use them, I will. And I do sometimes use VATS with this weapon because it does actually really nice criticals. And then you've got things like bloody mess, Ricochet Serendipity, that's mainly just there for filler. So yeah, overall, pretty much just your standard setup for a commando build. Now, unfortunately, even though Jeff is taking a bath, this weapon isn't going to get any added damage from him sitting in water. That would be a pretty cool little feature if it was a thing. So we're going to fire down at the floor and see how much we've got. So that's one full clip, and Jeff is pretty much dead. Down he goes. Yeah, kills him relatively easy, no real resistance. Not that I expected there to be any. Poor Jeff. So we're back with the Mirelurk Queen. Now normally I'd clear out the area of all her little buddies, but with this weapon I don't really feel like I need to. Once we get her up, we can pretty much just hop around and do what I like until she is dead. We just need to shoot at the floor. I do have Suppressor on, or Tormentor rather, because Tormentor helps me cripple limbs as usual. And as you can see, against something like the Mirelurk Queen and a swarm of hungry Mirelurks, I literally just need to jump around and just beat the living daylights out of her as she fires eggs out her bum, by the looks of it. And even the bigger fellas, like the Deep Kings, they're not standing a chance against me. So yeah, overall, it slaps large groups booty. So, how does it perform in daily ops? Well, it completely turns everything into paste, is pretty much what it does. You can shoot round corners, you can shoot enemies you can't see. It's fantastic for the different environments that you're in daily ops. The damage is pretty much amazing. On top of that, per enemy, I'd be surprised if you're using up most of the ammo that you go through, especially if you can get a large group of them. You can get anything up to 16 shots returned back to you. So if you fire 16 shots into 5 lots of enemies, you're getting a lot more back than you're putting in. Especially if one of them gives you 16, if other ones give you more, you know, it's just a very good way to regenerate your ammo. Don't get me wrong, there's better weapons for getting ammo out of daily ops, but this one is definitely gonna get you at least something out of it, as well as XP, because you're going to get a hit on just about any enemy that comes near you. It is just very good. Very, very good. So if you do use it in daily ops, I do recommend, after the fact, going around and finding the corpses, because yeah, the ammo isn't the cheapest for energy, but this is definitely worth doing to get some more, for certain. So let's see how it does against the big fella. Now the greatest thing about this type of weapon is I can just go down to the bottom of these stairs and just launch rounds into his head by shooting the ceiling. Easy peasy. One of the best weapons in the game in my opinion, and it always will stay that way. So that was today's video guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more from me. And if you want to support the channel just a little bit more, hit that join button to become a YouTube member. It really helps out the channel, really helps me in general, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This weapon is borderline broken in my opinion. I don't think anyone should be able to deny that. Tesla rifles are used by everybody for a reason, and this one is fantastic. So yeah, I'll catch you next time in the wasteland.